The bar hummed with low chatter and the clink of glasses, its dim lighting casting shadows across worn wooden tables. Marcus sat at a corner booth, nursing a whiskey he couldn't really afford. His paint-stained hands rested on the table, fingers idly tracing the rim of his glass. Across from him, Mr. Gerald leaned back, his presence commanding, a cigar resting between his fingers. "Listen, Mr. Gerald," Marcus began, leaning forward, his voice earnest. "You've built an empire. People respect you, admire you. A man like you deserves to be remembered, a portrait to immortalize your legacy." Gerald smirked, blowing out a cloud of smoke. "A portrait, huh? And how much is this immortality going to cost me?" Marcus smiled, though there was tension behind it. "Art like this isn't cheap, but it's worth it. It's your story, told on canvas." Gerald swirled the amber liquid in his glass, considering. The bartender slid another drink his way without a word, and the businessman finally nodded. "All right, kid, you've got a deal." Marcus exhaled, relief washing over him. The clinking of glasses sealed their agreement. But, as Marcus stood to leave, a stack of newspapers by the bar caught his eye. The bold headline sent a chill through him. "Economy on the brink. Hard times ahead." That was when the first seed of doubt took root, a tiny spark that would ignite a chain reaction. Alarmed, Marcus dialed his wife. "Darling, cancel that wedding dress you ordered. Hard times are coming." His wife, startled, immediately called her dressmaker. "Marianne, I'm sorry, but I have to cancel the dress. Hard times are coming." Marianne, the dressmaker, hung up with a sinking heart. Business had been slow and she couldn't afford more losses. She picked up her phone and called the venue she'd booked for a fashion showcase. "I have to cancel my event. Hard times are coming." The venue owner happened to be Mr. Gerald himself. When the call ended, he stared at his desk, troubled. His once certain business ventures now felt precarious. He picked up the phone and dialed Marcus. "Marcus, about that portrait. I can't go through with it. Hard times are coming." The ripple of fear circled back to its source, leaving Marcus staring at his unfinished canvas. For a moment, he let himself sink into the despair that seemed to fill his small studio. But then, he looked at the blank space before him, the potential it held, the story it could tell. He picked up his brush, gripping it firmly. "Hard times are inevitable," he said aloud, as if speaking to the canvas itself. "They test us, shape us, and build us into something stronger. But the real tragedy isn't the struggle. It's not trying at all." He dipped the brush into a bold shade of blue and swept it across the canvas. "Fear won't paint this portrait. Fear won't build a future. Only action will." With each stroke, the portrait came to life, vibrant and defiant. Marcus worked through the night, pouring his heart into the piece. By morning, the studio was bathed in golden light, and before him stood his masterpiece, a testament to resilience, ambition, and the refusal to give in. As he gazed at his work, Marcus smiled. Hard times might come, but they wouldn't stop him.